Right, hello again. I'm going to do some slightly kind of different stuff here. So, non-Street View drone locations only, so zero meta, anything like that. But I think the trade-off is that you get like a really good, that bird's eye view is really useful. Sometimes you can actually see quite a lot. You can get very good perspective of kind of which part of the country you might be in. So let's try and do it. No moving, obviously, because that's the only way you can do it. So let's see. So first thought here is that this is some kind of central Italian town or something, just based on the architecture. There are a lot of them, so I'm not necessarily kind of overly confident about my ability to pinpoint it, but I'm thinking something like this. I think I've actually been to this town. That's why when I saw it on the map, it kind of drew me in. So just that's insane. That's genuinely. That's possibly the most speechless I've ever been in GeoGuessr. Okay, let me talk you through what happened there. Am I recording? Yes. As I zoomed in, I sort of thought, kind of Apennines maybe don't quite fit because it would look a bit more mountainous. So I kind of thought, maybe more Tuscany. And then I just zoomed in and I thought, oh, San Gimignano. I remember that because I went there on holiday when I was about 6. Obviously not remembering what it looks like or anything. So I just thought, yeah, I'll go in. And as I zoomed in, I thought, yeah, that is the right sort of size. And then that is somehow a 5K. That is probably the most, surprised I've been. Surprised but not surprised, because I saw it and I thought, I'm going to stop looking there because it looks like it could fit. And obviously it's quite a Tuscan landscape, but I'm really amazed that that ended up being a 5K. So yeah, let's keep on going. So we've got a footballing nation here. Coastal nation. Trying to just think about what this gives me. So white buildings, kind of browny terracotta sort of colour roofs. Like, it seems like we're driving on the left. What? So, hang on. No, we're not, surely. But why is that? Yeah, from the arrows on the bike lane, you can tell that we're driving on the right. Just that I saw initially a car. Yeah, that looks parked like it's driving on the left, and then that looks out of place. That arrow there. Anyway, okay, so, right. Why is no country coming to mind immediately? So, right, let me think about possibilities then. Spain, maybe? Like, I wouldn't say it's typical. Think about it possibly being Spain. Like, the architecture is not typical for anywhere too far south, I would say. So maybe Catalonia or maybe Balearic. Maybe that's a kind of decent option. So the main giveaway here is going to be this. Like, we've got these two dikes that kind of point the same way. The land kind of juts out a tiny bit. So stuff like that is good. In fact, that's it. That is it. I'm really glad I had the kind of instinct to check out Catalonia there, because the architecture wasn't making sense for most of Spain, but then I kind of thought vaguely that Catalonia can sort of look a bit more like this. So I think this fits. So we've got a roundabout there, then we've got this kind of, the roads kind of end at this corner, which should be this, because you have this path that comes off too. So what are we actually directly above? It's kind of hard. I'm kind of looking for like the center that we're spinning around, and it seems to be here. That'd be like this. Is that right? I'll go like there. Okay, that's good. Right, let's go for a 25K here. Thank God that was a coastal location, by the way, or that would have been a lot harder. This one's going to be much trickier for me. Weird thing is, I'm kind of better at Europe with drones than I am with Street View, but then for a lot of other continents, I'm sort of better with Street View than I am with drones. So. Sort of bits of it reminded me slightly of like Korean architecture, but not enough. Not enough. Like these roofs here, the blue roof here, kind of green and mountainous. But somehow I think sort of, I don't really know if this covers non-Street View countries as well. Like I wonder if China could be possible here. Like I think architecturally you can find architecture like this in this part of China, I think, but the plate is white, so I think China would be blue. So I guess Taiwan is another possibility. I just don't quite think that this architecture is actually Korean. It's close, but it's not close enough for me. And also scanning the Korean coast is really a nightmare. If you've ever tried to do it, it's not easy. So I don't really feel like doing that. Let me think about Taiwan. So we've got this. This one might just be a plonk though, because I don't feel particularly confident about finding something. So like, I mean, that could be worse than that. I still don't have a great sense of what I'm looking for. Like, it's sort of a bay, isn't it? Sort of, but I don't know to what extent. Like, there aren't really many bays in Taiwan. It's not really how the coast looks. Quite like that. Not saying it's necessarily perfect, but I do quite like it. So many different bits to look at. I think once we go beyond about here, it becomes impossible, because that's not how this bit of coast looks, but probably areas here that are feasible. And there's always a chance that I'm just in the wrong country, so I'll probably stop looking there. Let me just actually see if this can be pinpointed. I mean, there's no saying that it's the right town, but just in case, I might as well try. So what we're looking for really is this road that comes, I guess, at this sort of angle. Another thing I like is that this gym, like, it kind of makes it seem like there could be a football pitch here or something. But yeah, the roads are pretty complicated and not easy for me to make much. I'm just finding it hard to compare this to the map. Like, it's not. It's probably not correct, but I've done all that I can. So if we think about direction-wise, like, yeah, I don't think it's right. It was just Korea in the end, so that was going to be impossible to find. Yeah, I did say Korea at first, but something architecturally has put me off slightly, which was the wrong call. Anyway, right, so next one gives me a kind of German or Danish kind of feel, something like that, but let's think about that for a second. So we've got bike paths. Can we spot any plates? Not really. Not really at all. Quite high drone photosphere, this one, very flat. Oh, Dutch flag, okay. It's Netherlands then. Something did make me wonder that. I think it was the bike path, to be honest, that made me wonder that. So, okay. So we're looking for something like this. So, again, it's a complicated coastline, this one. But there's seemingly land over that way. Can the sun be trusted at all? So the shadows are coming this way, so that it seems like that sort of is south. So we can trust the compass to some extent, I think. It's something a bit like this, but that's not quite right. We're just looking at this island kind of. I've seen worse. Actually, I've seen a lot worse. And that angle's down. Yeah, this is it. So, what are we above? I'm trying to spin and find the middle spot. So it's about here. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, I'm still annoyed that I didn't try South Korea, but I would never have looked on that island in a million years. And even if I had, I just don't think that was very easy to pinpoint at all. This one's the snowiness really makes this much harder because it, it conceals the grass, it conceals the roofs. So yeah, that is making me a little bit less confident. Okay, well, it's giving me a kind of Eastern European vibe, I would say, but I don't really have a country in mind particularly. I just can't really tell. Like, I'm not getting enough from these buildings, and the snow's not helping much. I think that's a Russian thing. I think. I might be wrong. Okay, there's no way I'm finding this. So let me just. It was Belarus. Okay, that makes sense. I guess one is in Belarus as well. There was no way I was going to look in Zabotsky or Parafianava. Is it? Yeah, yeah. Right. Okay. A couple of really tough ones in there, but I think the three that I got were fairly nice, and I really just honestly cannot believe that first one. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.